Welcome back to Two of a Kind.
And today we have, first of all, Steve and John with us. And we're going to talk all about the wedding weekend. John and Olivia got married this weekend.
We're calling it Ojiash. What did Lisa say? Ojiashka. Ojiaga. It's been a 3-day event, and we're going to break it all down here today.
Started with, just to give you a recap, it was Friday night dinner, wedding, Sunday brunch. And we're going to go through the whole flow of the day, our thoughts, questions, and just get right into it. So,
Friday dinner. Let's start with a Friday dinner.
yeah.
We get there. We're like, it's at a restaurant, Ribbon Reef. They're like, do you want to sit inside or outside? John and I are like, the vibes are outside. Like, we're trying to cultivate like a nice little like exclusive terrace area. Meanwhile, it becomes negative plus 40 with no wind. It was stale, dry, humid air.
And that's because the balcony goes to like this level, and then they had the tarp or whatever, that thing that comes down.
Yeah, no room for breeze.
There was maybe this much like sunlight that comes in, and in that window was the sun directly shooting onto the patio.
Yeah.
But outside, I think, was the call.
Honestly, beautiful. Like super hot though. It was. You guys got blessed with like amazing weather, so you take the good with the bad. You know?
It could have been raining. Honestly, I was checking every day, is it going to rain? And it wasn't. And I was like, God loves us.
So it was an out-of-town dinner. You guys had so many people there. Were you stressed saying hi to everybody?
I mean, after a couple martinis, everything's good, right? I wouldn't say I was stressed at all. We were very excited. I think there's always a little bit of stress coming into it, that you really want to enjoy the moment. You want to spend time with your fiance and now wife, and really enjoy it together. But you just get pulled in every direction. Everyone wants a piece of you. Everyone wants to talk to you. And of course they do. It's your day. They're there for you. But the out-of-town dinner, I think it's really important to always remember there's a specific purpose of that dinner. It's because people have traveled, people spent money to book hotels, for flights. And the point is not that it's necessarily for you. It's more for them to thank you, to thank them for coming that far. So I think we went into it with that. We knew we had to really make sure that we spoke to everyone and showed them how grateful we were that they were there.
Yeah, what I learned is that people don't know what to do when there's no assigned seating. It becomes chaos. Everyone's just standing around. I was like, no, just sit anywhere. But like, no one wants to take initiative to just sit anywhere. They're just like waiting.
No, but then people start planting their purse at a chair.
Yeah,
and then
sneakily.
Yes, and then you have to go run around telling your friends, like, my purse is at that table, so like sit next to me.
But like, first of all, we planned like a year of planning of a wedding. The idea of doing assigned seating for that dinner wasn't happening. I wanted no part of that. We had enough on our plate. So I remember I said a little speech at the beginning. I thanked everyone for coming. I said, find someone you like, preferably someone you don't know, and pop a squat. Like, get down there, have a good time.
No, you said, find someone you vibe with and sit.
Yeah. It's all about the language you use, You're just trying to cultivate a vibe at your table, and that's what it is.
And I don't think like the bartenders were expecting to make 1,000 martinis that night.
No, you don't understand. This man, which I honestly gave him attitude, but honestly, it's just because I was sweating and I'm waiting for a drink.
Yeah, like,
so I say I want a vodka martini with a lemon twist. This man has brought me 4 olive martinis. I literally looked straight into him and I was like, this is not a lemon twist. You keep bringing me the same drink,
Because they were saying they were bringing drinks and everyone was like grabbing off the tray. It was like first come, first serve. And like, you're in the back. You're like, but what about me?
Yeah, you order the drink at the bar and then you're like, find me over there. And you're just watching them. 2
things though. First of all, shame on them, because the Wagan family's been a staple at Ribbon Reef for many, many years. They know how we like our martinis. They know how much we drink. They should have been prepared for that bar. But hey, we'll give them a pass. But don't underestimate the difference between a martini with a lemon twist and olives. Here's my rule of thumb for those things, okay? If you're hungry, you order your martini with a couple of olives. You get a little snacky snack. It's delicious, okay? If you're not hungry, lemon twist is the way to go. A little bit of citrus, perfect blend, ease it over, shaken really cold. Do yourself a favor, get yourself, whether you like gin or vodka, it's good either way.
And you honestly feel like you're detoxing because it's like lemony, like why not? Honestly, my friend did order a lemon martini. And then all he did was take the olives out and put a lemon twist in it. And she's staring at the drink like, I don't think this is it. Like, something's off here.
No, she was like, honestly, it's my first time having a martini. I think it was like an olive martini. Are you talking about Lisa?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, it's my first time having an olive martini. Can you just like do it properly?
No, literally.
Yeah.
She's like, I just want the full experience. So she gave it back.
Does the olive like really make a difference? Like I'm not a martini guy. I
It's
don't
the
know.
olive juice that makes the difference.
Okay, got
and
it.
it's fucking nasty for those who like them.
Okay, well, that's not fair. I could drink olive juice, I could drink pickle juice. I am not a dirty martini fan in any sense of the word, but I do get people that like it. For me, I just love olives. There's a big difference I find in between an olive martini and the lemon twist in the flavor that it like distills in it. But I told you my rule of thumb: if I'm hungry, I'm having the olives. I want a little snacky snack. And if they're blue cheese olives, and this might be like like something that people disagree with, but I don't want blue cheese olives in my martini. But
No.
I'll take them on the side. Give me that on the side
You
all
want
day
that
long.
snacky
I
snack?
want that snacky snack. I like blue cheese olives. Just don't want them in the martini.
No, I get that.
What's your like?
And it was honestly my first time, I don't know, not your first time, at Ribbon Reef eating there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was delicious. I loved everything.
Yeah, solid call. I think some things were a little different because we're such a big group.
To be expected, though, like you can't. It's like when you cater food, it's
Yeah.
for the masses. They're not cooking everything like if you got with your family of 5.
For sure. I judged at the beginning. I was like, oh, really? And then I was like, honestly, like, I need to cut some slack here.
Yeah. And I just want to mention, you love the Caesar salad, and there was anchovies in it.
That was the best Caesar salad I've ever had by far.
So defend yourself with the anchovy situation.
I don't need to. It was good. Like I liked it. That's
But
it.
there's a big difference in when you make a Caesar salad the way they do the right way in the bowl in front of you, and they're mincing one anchovy into the dressing versus eating an anchovy. I love anchovies, and I will eat sardines. I'll eat them, but I get the difference between not liking anchovies and liking a Caesar salad with it. It's like almost just salty.
But I can't say that I don't like the taste of anchovies because I've never actually had. But I don't want to see a fish.
It's this
when I'm
thing with
eating
fish.
it.
I was going to say it's the fish.
I wouldn't want to see any animal, like the shape of it. No, thank you. It's okay.
Yeah, I agree. What's your vibes on like when you have a whole dinner like this where you have friends and family? Are you guys like, I want to sit with my family because I feel like it's the good thing to do? Or are you like, no, I want to sit with my friends?
Like, if I was in your position,
Yeah.
you guys have too many family members. There's less friends there. So if you can make a table with friends, I would just sit with friends because what family member are you going to choose? Unless it's your parents, let's say. But other than that, it can get really tricky with who you're sitting with.
We had this discussion before the dinner because like I have divorced parents, both are remarried. I have siblings on both sides. Like we were like, who are we sitting with? Am I sitting with one of my parents? Are we sitting with her parents? Then where are my parents sitting? Are they sitting? Like it was such a kerfuffle at the beginning, and it was again like we're already stressed out enough with our wedding weekend. There's already enough going on. We just looked at each other. We're like, whatever happens, and we ended up sitting with friends, which was the best.
Because I went to go put my purse somewhere.
And she told me.
Yeah.
And I sat right in front of her.
Full circle here.
But that's my take. And I feel like you guys did make the good decision on that.
Yeah, I feel like I needed like the consensus to make sure I like felt like I did the good decision.
No, it was amazing. And we started dinner at like 6 p.m. So the time it was done, like 11. And then we got to,
Yeah, I started
Go
night
back.
like one martini. I'm getting married the next day. By the end of the night, I had 2 martinis because I got like carried away.
And 2 martinis is like 4 cocktails.
Yeah, I was drunk. I woke up at like 3 a.m. with like a hangover. I had to take Advil.
Yeah.
Easy rule of thumb with martinis: 1 martini, a lot of fun. 2 martinis, great time you're drunk. 3 martinis, too many martinis.
Yeah.
Give me 1 martini. I want to open my legs. No, but honestly, what a great time. The dinner, like it just started off the 3-day event.
Yeah.
And it was a good time.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on this day? This night?
I mean, the night was nice, but like I feel like we rushed into it. I first want to say congrats to both of you, okay? Because like you guys just like took the mic and said we're doing this, but like congrats first of all. Like I feel like the whole weekend was amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna wait till the second day. To
Okay.
the congrats part.
Okay, well, wait.
At this point, they're not married yet. But also, it's true for the podcasters. Like, they don't know that we've seen you for the past, like, 48 hours. Like, longer even, But any final thoughts with you guys on the night?
No, it was a great night.
Okay.
Who was there someone that you met from like my family or her family that you didn't know before that you were like, yeah, this is a vibe that I'm gonna have fun with all weekend? Because there's always those people on wedding weekends that you didn't know that you just vibe with.
I don't know if I didn't. Well, no, they're all out of towners, so I definitely didn't know them all. But I'm trying to think of somebody like your dad's brothers. They're like always like a good time. They're always like talking.
Well, like, let's play a little game. Who there did you trust the least?
That's funny, but no, everyone was super nice. Like literally, yeah. I don't know, but yeah, it was a lot of your family. Like they're the ones that are out of town, and it was nice seeing everybody. You know, and honestly, it helps with the next day for the wedding event. Like you already conquered 60 people basically that you don't have to give so much time to.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, yeah. But even so, at the wedding, we still had to, I feel like I repeated the highs anyways.
Yeah, no, you have to. Now it's a different.
It's a different
hello.
high. Yeah,
agreed.
so different.
Agreed. So we went home, everyone did their thing, and then we woke up Saturday for a little wedding day.
Wedding day action. Me and Michelle had a slumber party again.
So much fun.
So much fun. We literally both woke up at 3 a.m. We're like, why the fuck are we awake?
No, literally. I don't even know. It was honestly the worst sleep, but then you're such on a high that you don't care. It's Christmas morning.
Yeah, that's what Michelle said to me. I was like, wow, that's so sweet.
It is. You're so excited. It's like when you're going on vacation when you're little, like you can't sleep. You're so excited. I feel like that's what it is.
Yeah, we started blasting music at 8 a.m.
Going to the chapel. Everyone's hearing my singing voice today with my rasp.
With that rasp.
I know.
But when you sing, it's not as raspy. It's like when British people sing and like you don't hear the accent.
Literally.
I trust literally Maurice the least because he's watching this, so I can say it. But also, like, he just told everyone about the pod. So it's like cat's out of the bag, you know?
No, literally in his speech, he's like, and everybody go listen to Two of a Kind
Oh,
pod.
I forgot that he did his speech.
Oh my God. I was literally like, who is this man? I don't know this man.
Oh my God, I was living for it. But that's because I had 2 martinis.
That's
So
the
I was
thing.
living.
I had one at that point.
Okay.
I should have had 2.
Oh my God, I was like, yes, go off.
Yeah. No, it was great. We got a little shout out.
I slept alone in our apartment. I had myself a little alone time, which I never get anymore. Woke up at 6 a.m., excited, ready for the day. Went on a walk because we've been walking every day together in the mornings. Wanted to carry that tradition forward. Went on our same route. Was just thinking about the day. You know, got home, took a little shower, made a little prayer that my hair was going to turn out well for the day because Lord.
We're really doing minute by minute here.
You want me not to?
I liked it.
And then after I got ready, I made my way to my dad's house to start my whole process. How was it being back in the room you grew up with and Michelle sleeping side by side?
It felt like riding a bicycle. I was back on, ready to go.
No, literally. I was just like, that's your bed. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be here.
No, it was very normal. Do you think it was normal that we spoke in the morning of our wedding?
Me and you?
Yeah, like we were texting.
Yeah, we were. I mean,
Are you not supposed to talk?
we're not supposed to. We didn't see each other. We like I how could I not talk to you?
Yeah.
And it's also like 8 a.m. You're literally going to see him at like 3. So you have all day. Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Might as well chit
It
chat.
was just like, hey, did you sleep well?
Yeah.
Can't wait for today. We're so excited. See you soon. That's all we did.
Yeah. Good. And then we got ready. So we were getting ready basically separately. Well, you were with all the bridesmaids at the house. We set up a little like food, drinks, hair and makeup came over. We're just like vibing with all the bridesmaids, put some music on.
Yeah, I feel like the way you start your day is like important. You want to really cultivate a good energy. Music, food, drinks.
It was so calming. Like nobody was rushed. We're all in like pajamas, comfy clothes. It was such a like,
vibed.
yeah, like so
Everyone
relaxing.
was like, you're such a relaxed bride. And I was like, what am I freaking out about now? Like today, there's nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
So like whatever it is, it's going to be.
And I don't think anything wrong happens from like the hair and makeup at 9 a.m. to get to the venue at least.
No, like
nothing is going wrong.
yeah, if something's going wrong, it's last minute and you're like, wow, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, no, like it was going good. How was it getting ready with your groomsmen?
Honestly, it was great. It was just I went to my dad's. I had my brothers all around me. I had my best man with me. My dad. We were all chill. We had a little shot to get the day going, a little scotch. got dressed all together. We did all the basic things of, the cufflinks and the putting the jacket on and those. I had my photographer there, videographer there. We ate a little bagel lox, get some stuff in the belly so we could drink. It's a long day.
Snacky snacks.
And then I was off to our hotels for the first look so I could prepare it before Olivia got there.
It's such a hectic morning when it's like your morning, you're like running around.
Yeah, honestly, it's like, when it's your birthday and you have high expectations, but you're like, oh, I don't want to do anything, but like, is everyone gonna have fun because it's like my birthday?
Yeah.
That's what I feel like this day was. It's like you don't have too much high expectations. You want everyone to have fun, but there is expectations.
And you have to plan your own birthday. You have to plan your own wedding.
Yeah. Like we had to do everything to make it like the best for us.
For sure. And I'll just include Steve in the getting ready process. So you went home to have your mom help you.
Okay. Yeah. She did a good job, by the way. Like everything was ready. Like I had a tie that was already like pre-made.
Pre-tied.
So yeah. It's a little short, so I just squeezed it a little. And
wow.
That was about it.
And then she came to my house. We got Steve's mom, sister, niece.
You met Gems.
Yeah, all the ladies. Gems. Wow,
Yeah.
what a crowd pleaser she was.
Yeah.
Legs out, arms out,
Chubby thighs.
chubby thighs,
cheeks.
chubby cheeks, vibes.
Yeah. Nothing like a baby to like get everybody hyped up, like.
No, literally, it was like a hype moment.
No, yeah. It's like it's past the baby around because everyone wants to hold her.
Yeah.
And she cultivated a vibe in its own,
Yeah. I got a car, meeting John for the first look, I got a car, and it was like an old car, so I had no AC. When we were buying the car, the guy told me this, and he's like, but honestly, the way the windows are positioned, like in the back, it's like cracked open that you get the breeze when it's driving. And we roll the windows down, like you got a breeze. And I literally like believed this guy from my core.
He was talking as if it was going to just be like a 22-degree weather day.
Yeah. And I should have known better that it was July, and John tried to warn me.
It was one of those moments in wedding planning where like you try to, like anyone that's gonna get married, here's some advice: you pick your battles, right? Like I told her like it's the middle of the summer. I'm gonna be in a full tuxedo. You're gonna be in a full dress. The last thing we need to do is be sweating. We'll get, whatever car we get, it needs to have AC. And they had they had old Rolls Royces. They had all these antique cars that we could have gotten that had AC. But Olivia fell in love with an old Ford 1923, which is actually a 100-year-old car that we had. That was completely refurbished and beautiful, but had no AC. I warned you, but at the end of the day, you wanted what you wanted, and we didn't fight about it. We just did it, but we muscled through it. She was really smart. She bought us each our own personal fans, and although
she got you one?
Yeah,
Very
I
nice.
forgot it in the hotel room, but
Didn't come in use,
there's-
but it was
there's-
there.
with a couple other things I forgot in the hotel room too. But at the end of the day, like we weren't gonna let a little sweat ruin the day. Like it was
sure.
perfect no matter what.
Did you get a photo op with the car?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh my God, yeah. I had like things that I saved from Pinterest. You have to.
You have to.
I'm like this. And like I feel bad showing a photographer other pictures. I'm like, recreate this. And they're like, okay, but we're going to do like our spin on it because they
Yeah.
obviously have a style. No, but I did. And I was like driving down the street with my fan like this. I was like, oh my God, John's going to kill me when he gets in here. Like,
Yeah, and he didn't have his fan, so that's brutal.
no, yeah. It was whatever. I shared mine a little bit, but honestly, when we got into the car after, it was like less bad, and we had a shorter drive to the venue.
Yeah. So you left before we did, and you guys went to go have your first look. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about like if you were shocked when you saw her in the dress. What were your guys' feelings? How was it when you saw him?
When I saw John, I was like, oh yeah, it's the first look where he's gonna see me. So like when he was like looking at me, I was just like seeing what his impression was of me. But then after I was like, wait, this is my first time seeing you. And I was
Right.
like, oh yeah, you got like a suit too. And like I remember him like talking to me about like making his suit, his tie, and I was like, oh yeah, I have to actually take in what you look like.
Yeah, everyone says like it's like the wedding is about the bride. Your best man made sure everybody knew it's John's day. It's not Olivia's day. It's John's day.
My best man died. He has my back. First of all, tuxedo, not suit, but same. Just me. Big difference, not the same. Yeah, the first look. So, I mean, without going into too many details, there was this beautiful hotel in Montreal that we really wanted to do, and we rented a hotel room there so that they'd allow us to do our first look. But they also had a wedding there. We didn't know what they were going to allow us to do, so we didn't know if the hotel we were going to do it in the hotel room or where. But our photographers kind of just took control, picked the perfect spot, didn't ask permission, asked forgiveness, and put us right in the front steps of the hotel where like literally no one could leave or come up of the hotel while we were doing our first look because they're filming it. And they just owned it. It was beautiful. I honestly, out of all the things that I thought about and prepared for our wedding, and I definitely thought like, oh, I wonder what her dress is going to look like. I really couldn't, I never really envisioned it. Like I didn't know I didn't know if it was going to be lace, bedazzled, simple, crazy, tight, long. I didn't even let myself really do it. So when I turned around, it was such a shock just because I had no picture in my mind. And it was breathtaking. You were a princess.
Okay, so do I look like a bedazzled bitch?
No, but look, I don't.
Do I look tacky?
You're not tacky, but like you rely on me a lot for a lot of fashion. Okay, like without me, I don't know what you're gonna do on your own. You make everything look good. I wasn't worried.
Yeah.
You would make anything look good.
I don't want like a rhinestone. I don't want like a jewel
You're about to get twisted in these.
in the things. Yeah, like no, that's not my vibe. But lace, I could have done lace. That's cool.
Yeah.
Tight fitting, cool. But like I went with my look.
Are you going to describe your dress?
Oh yeah, think of like the most beautiful dress you can ever see. That's what I wore.
And so now we all have the same image.
Yeah,
We can move on.
and we all thought about old money.
Stealth Wealth.
Stealth
It
Wealth.
was simple silk. It had the ball gown vibe.
No, it's A-line, so it's not like too poofy underneath. We're not going for like Cinderella. We're going for like classy. You know, my photographer told me Spanish royalty,
Love that for you.
and I was like, you see me.
Yeah. I loved your neckline.
Yeah. So then I wore pearls. I wore pearl necklaces. Okay, so it was my something old were pearl necklaces from my grandmother. Something borrowed, pearl earrings from my aunt. Something new was my dress, and then the something blue, I wore a blue garter.
Yeah, you literally
Complete.
checked all those boxes.
Yeah.
Love that.
Me too.
Literally amazing.
And then what'd you wear?
So all the bridesmaids, we were mini brides. We all wore white. We're running around this hall like we were, the bride itself. No, but honestly, love that you guys did white. I feel like it looks so aesthetically pleasing looking at the bridal party. And it's so, not a lot of people do it. A lot of people do like the light pinks, I would say.
Or blacks.
Or blacks.
I have to say, when Olivia first told me that the whole bridal party was going to be in white, I was shook. I was like, because it's just never what you imagine a bride saying, like, because it's usually only them in white.
They
So
want to
I
stand
could-
out.
Yeah, and like you're not like you stand out no matter what, just like you said in your wedding speech, which we can say after. But it was stunning, and it's so funny because I didn't know this, but my mother actually had the same thing at her wedding to my father. Her whole bridal party was in white. And I only found that out recently when it was stunning. If anyone cares, my tuxedo.
No,
We care.
Okay.
Well, what color is it usually? Like pink, like for the bridesmaids?
Yeah, I would say like I'd say a
Pinkish?
light pink, a light blue is like typical, but it can be black. It can be any shade. It's
Yeah.
usually the bride that picks what they want.
Yeah, I feel like you're going for something like neutral. You're not going like anything off the beaten path. Like you're not gonna do like a vibrant orange, but I feel like pastel colors, people do like a light orange, like that can go, you know?
You think people purposely choose like dresses or colors so that the other people don't look as good as them?
Oh my god, I think people do that. No,
rough.
people. The worst thing you could do is make all your bridesmaids wear one specific dress because like everyone looks so different in
I
something.
feel like everyone complains about it after.
yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
they're buying a dress and they're like, I actually hate this dress.
Yeah, you got people with like big boobs sometimes. Like I've heard people complain about dresses that just don't work well for their body.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's hear your outfit, John.
Yeah.
We want to hear it.
Um,
So think of the most handsome suit, a tux you've ever seen in your life, and that's what the man wore.
we
I
went.
asked him and then you answered for him.
We went looking at a lot of different tuxes. I went to all the major like big like brands like Tom Ford, Brioni, Stefano Ricci.
And for someone who just said, I need your advice, I had to look at his suit fabrics with him. He said, I need you to see the colors. I need you to see the textures.
I wanted to know I respect your opinion. We're marrying each other. I wanted you to love what I was wearing. I ended up deciding to go with a dark navy tux with black lapels. The fabric had a little bit of a print in it, but a print that will only really show up in flash photography. If you were looking at me in like dark, it would just look navy. And if it was in sunlight, you'd see it a bit. But it was really understated and also had a wow factor. I was going for Prince Charming vibe.
You literally killed the look.
Thank you.
It looked
Appreciate
amazing.
that. I was really happy. The bow tie too came out perfectly. It's Tom Ford bow tie. It was like just like what I wanted.
Yeah.
I was so happy in it.
I like a little designer name drop.
Just so they know what the good stuff to go look at.
No, it's amazing. And I love a well-fitted tux, a well-fitted suit. Like when it's literally tailored to the person, there's nothing better.
Yeah. Then we went into cocktails. Okay, we took pictures, did all the signing.
Steve wore a black suit. I'm kidding.
Wait.
I'm kidding.
No, we didn't.
Yeah?
Okay, now everyone has to guess.
Oh my God, I didn't pay enough attention. I think it was black.
So
I know-
yes, no, yes, no.
You have a blue suit that I can picture. I know what the blue suit
Was
is.
it that one?
No.
Okay.
Because I think you're saving it for another wedding we have.
Okay.
I think that's what you told me.
I think it was navy.
No.
Black. Okay.
Black,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Like boring black. It was just like
No, but that's
Men
what
in Black.
we asked everyone to wear black.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I thought it was dark. I didn't know if it was
No,
black.
it was
or-
black tie.
Oh,
It
okay.
was black tie fair.
Nailed it.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, you killed the look. But that's what happens when you're just a regular guest at the wedding. Like
Thanks,
nobody's paying
Mom.
attention. Literally, thanks, Mom, for dressing me.
Well, so you're missing out a vital part though. So yeah, so we do the family pictures, and
Oh no, yeah, this.
yeah. So obviously, like we go in, we're doing.
Before that, when we were signing our marriage certificate, we're like taking pictures. Like after we sign, we're like just like taking pictures like a bouquet. Doesn't my friend go to like, she takes a bouquet and there's like garbage. She like shoves it to the side. All of a sudden, we see a flame come up. There's literally a fire. Like the bartenders are all stomping on this flame, trying to like put out the
That was
fire.
the photographer, the poor guy.
Oh my
He was like
God.
stepping on it. I felt so bad.
But that was after this.
It was
like
after.
The 2 signings after what I'm talking about.
There was multiple things
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
This day.
Honestly, I would say I was chill as a cucumber the entire day until this point where we're taking family pictures. Olivia's taken all of her family pictures of her side, individual with who she wants, family, everything. Then I have 2 sides of my family, right? And it's starting to get a little bit late in the day. So I take a full with one family and I'm doing a full with a second. And then I want individuals. I want a picture with my dad and my mom and my brother and my sister. Like I want all of that. But as I'm taking the picture with my mom's side of my family, all of us up there, my mom's just right next to me. And she's going, is something wet on my head? And I go, and as a joke, I'm like, oh, Alana, your mom's probably throwing water at you. And then I just hear something kind of tip over, and I instinctively just put my arm up over my mom's head, and half of the flowers above us on our chuppah just fall down onto my mom. And it's just like such a shock because the wedding's in an hour and like the florist is already gone. So, and why did it fall in the first place? Something broken or something not? And at that point I started becoming less chill, and I think it kind of got to me. I was stressed for probably the next hour or so. But it was all good. They fixed it. It was perfect. It did give me a little anxiety that, like, God forbid, in the middle of the wedding, it was going to fall again. But it didn't. Everything was perfect from that moment on, except for maybe that little fire that happened.
First of all, thank goodness it wasn't like worse than that. It was just flowers. But did you see the picture that they got? There's literally a picture.
Iconic. We need that
Yeah.
developed. Like that has to be approved.
There's literally
I can't wait to
your
see
mom's
it.
face. There's flowers here and flowers there. Like they caught it perfect.
No, the photographer got some really funny pictures, and he's like, it's such good bloopers to have. Like, you just see crazy shit that's happening.
But that's why when the fire happened, I was like, too bad you were putting it out because that would have been a good photo. And
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, like too busy. Like,
no, he was like such a hype man. Every time we were taking photos, he's like, you're on the cover of Vogue. You're going to be on the exclusive magazine of the year. Like, literally hype man.
that's what you need in a photographer, though. You
Yeah.
don't want to feel awkward when you're taking these awkward pictures.
Yeah. They guide you well, honestly.
Yeah. I wanted to just go back to the first look. Did you feel like it was authentic considering there was like a team of people, the photographers like capturing the moment? Did you feel like you can really react the way you wanted to?
Like, yeah, but especially me, like, I'm not a big reactionary. It's like, oh my God, like, you look so good. Like, you know, like, how much more is it gonna be?
Right.
I'm the complete opposite. I did really feel that there was people around us, that I knew I was being filmed, and it definitely, like, there was a moment where I had to be like, hey, when I knew that you were about to come down, or I'm like, okay, no one else is here. This is the moment, like, you've been waiting for a long time. You're about to see her. Like, forget everyone else. But, like, I'm a very sensitive and, like, emotional and, like, person that, like, I was sure I would cry multiple times at this wedding for different things, like when you're walking down the, like, or tear up. I'm not saying bawling, but like get emotional. But because it's so surreal and because there's so many cameras and things around us, it's kind of like it neutralizes it, which is also nice because it allows you to be a little bit more in the moment. Still choked up a few times.
Yeah, did you guys cry? I don't remember. I don't remember
cried
seeing
during
you
your
cry.
speech.
Yeah, that's true.
I cried during my speech. I got choked up walking down the aisle.
But did you like cry or like you
No,
just got choked? I feel like you got choked up.
like
Yeah.
my eye, and then in my head, I'm like, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Like you're doing that to yourself. But yeah, I didn't get, no. I'm also like, I'm in such like, it's my wedding. I have makeup, I have hair. It's like hard to like want to bawl my eyes out. I'm like performing.
I choked up when I kissed my mom when I was walking down the aisle and she stopped there, and then I saw her look at me like with tears in her eyes, and I was like, oh my God, you can't look at me like that.
Nothing like watching someone cry to make you want to
Yeah,
cry.
like,
And then
that's
you're
what
like, don't
made
do
you-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always the moms too. You're like, Mom, I can't look at you. Like,
Yeah, literally. And your ceremony was stunning. What a beautiful ceremony. Like everyone, like your rabbi spoke nicely. Like it was stunning to look at.
Yeah.
It all went smoothly too.
Smoothly, she's like talking to me, and you know, you have to repeat the rabbi, but you're
Yeah.
not like, I'm listening to her, but I'm not even listening to her. Like, I don't even know. She said the word, like, we're saying a sentence. She's like, and love. And I was like, and laugh. Like, what? That
Yeah.
doesn't even go.
No, I know you don't hear what she's saying. And then she's probably like, okay, moving on.
Moving on. Then she said something, and him. No, and you. And I go, and him. She's like, no, it's you. And I'm like, you. Like,
Literally. But then you literally spoke in Hebrew, no mistakes. English.
I speak
Fucking
3
up left and
languages
right.
now, apparently.
No
like,
bueno.
Back to the ceremony. So a couple of fun facts. So first of all, Olivia and I both discussed. First of all, we got married on a Saturday, okay, in an old church with a rabbi. We made our wedding our own. Olivia's half and half. I'm one side.
a pizza bagel.
Yeah, a pizza bagel, as they'd say. So we both are very proud of our family traditions. Neither of us are very religious, but we wanted to honor it in our own way. So we did everything exactly how we wanted. We had Olivia wrote our ceremony, which was stunning, which was amazing. It was beautiful. It was short. It was to the point. We didn't want to drag it on. We didn't want anyone to be there like listening to a rabbi say how our love is like God and our rings are a circle. We just wanted people there to listen to us get married. We wanted a couple of the normal prayers that are for the family traditions, and then we got out of there. We didn't torture anyone in the ceremony, and everyone loved it. Everyone thought it was perfect. And you wrote a beautiful ceremony. It was fantastic.
Did you guys upset your family because like was your dad upset? Your mom like?
So no one in my family is very religious, but they are very proud of where we've come from, and like my family's background and story is like could be a movie. And I spoke to all of them before. I said, guys, like this is what I want. I spoke to my grandparents, I spoke to my father, said this is what we want to do. Like, is it okay with you? And all of them said, if this is what you want, this is what we're gonna do. Like, that's fine. I don't think if they had planned our wedding themselves, they would have done it that way. But that's why we planned it, because we wanted it to be our wedding.
You get any like annoying comments? You know, like those people who always have to say something.
Everyone like all of a sudden like cares about what they're eating. They're like, oh, but you can't have meat and you can't have this fish and you can't have this meat and cheese. And I'm like, yo, you don't eat like that. I feel like when it comes to weddings and things, everyone like all of a sudden like they're religious.
No, literally.
It's like, whoa, you're coming out of the woodworks with this one.
Yeah, I feel like it's like that for, you know, like a Jewish ceremony and also Catholic. Like, oh, you're not getting married in a church. Like, have you seen me in a church?
Yeah.
No, literally, like, why would I get married somewhere
Or,
I've
like,
never been?
Are you not baptizing? It's like, what? Like,
Yeah.
we're not religious.
No, I know. I feel like as the generations go on, we're less and less religious.
But I think it's like John was said that too at the beginning, like, oh, we don't care. But like when you're going through a process sometimes, like, oh, but I kind of do want that. Like you want that like traditional thing to happen. You want
Well,
these
sometimes
moments.
you want it just because it's like the tradition and not necessarily the religious symbol, like
Yeah,
symbol of it.
exactly.
It's like the breaking of the glass. Like, I don't need that because I'm religious, but I like the meaning, and that's why it's gonna be there.
For me, it's like this is every generation of my family has had the tradition of certain things that happen at the
Right.
wedding. So we did it exactly. We didn't want. We're not religious. We're not doing everything crazy, but we did exactly what we felt comfortable with to honor our families.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like as long as the choice is yours, who cares? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like it's the worst when like you have it could be even a grandparent where like you have to do something because if not they're going to feel offended, but it's not about them. It's like your day, you know?
We're lucky with our family that there wasn't major pushback on anything that we wanted to do. There was discussions. We were honest. We had open discussions. If someone disagreed, we talked about it, and then we decided what we wanted and did the best for us. But we also went. I think me and you, we went about it like, look, if someone has a problem with something that we're doing, don't come.
Yeah.
You don't have to come to our wedding. This is about us. It isn't about you. That's it.
It's your one day, like you do what you want.
Yeah,
you know?
my day.
Yeah.
Back off. What was from our cocktails? What were your like 5 highlights of our cocktail? Like food, ops, like little like things we did. I want to like hear like toot our horn because I feel
5?
like we work 5 because we like work hard for putting these little like things in. I'm like, oh, do they get noticed?
I'll go. Do you want to go?
Well, you think you're doing all 5? Like
Okay.
spread the mic.
So I'll say 2 and you'll say 3.
All of us.
Okay, so I'm gonna no, they want to hear it. So I would say the Patron tequilas, the spicy margs they had in mini Patron bottles with a straw, super freaking cute. Second, your accent wall at the top floor. It's always been you. It's like a neon sign and flowers, beautiful. Such a good photo op. Do you want to say 2?
Well, one that comes to mind. I mean, you dropped like
2.
sauce.
That's
all
why I went
over-
first.
All over your white.
Oh,
dress.
that was your highlight.
Well, like it's just something memorable. Like
Yeah, I wanted to.
we had to Uber Eats a Tide to go.
Literally, I tried to eat an arancini ball holding this Patron bottle, and the sauce just went on my white dress. I went in full panic mode. My friend's boyfriend got Tide to go, and I'm in the bathroom, like trying to take it off. Turned out fine. It was solid. And then I was just drinking and having a good time that I forgot about it.
Yeah, the food was also super good.
Yeah.
Like the arancinis were like
I'd never even
the
ate
high
it.
and the low of the night almost for you.
Yeah. No, I didn't get the high off
you
the
never you
arancini.
didn't even get to try it? They were so good.
Yeah. No, the crab cakes, but you have to say another
I
thing
said
of the
2.
cocktail.
Food.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean,
I'll have another one though. I love the band, the musical instruments.
oh yeah, that was cool too.
Yeah, I really like that. Really
they were
set
like
the mood.
there with us. Yeah.
And like the cocktail, the oyster guy, like chucking,
The shucker.
literally like his like fanny pack with all the pouches, whatever, like going
Yeah.
around just, like chucking oysters. I'm like, I love this man.
Yeah. Well, we
Honest-
said more than 5 now.
It's okay. There was more than 5 to say.
No, me too. And we did have like a charcuterie board like that stayed. Didn't see it, but everyone's like, oh my God, the charcuterie board was amazing. The little pizzas were amazing. And I was like, man, like, why didn't I go to the charcuterie board?
The hard part is pacing yourself when the food is good in the appetizers. Then, like, obviously there's the main meal, but then even like after that, like you can literally go hard on any of those 3 and get full.
I personally think at any wedding, and this is like my personal opinion, maybe other people disagree, but I don't really like wedding meals. Like I like it, but I'm never really enjoying a wedding meal. I don't care how good it is because I'm dancing, I'm eating, I'm drinking, I'm jumping up and down. Like I'm not that hungry. The biggest thing for me at a wedding is the hors d'oeuvres.
Me too.
So we really, really made sure that there was a lot of different varieties. There was a lot of different kinds. We had our cocktail area was actually 2 floors. And because it's 2 floors, We wanted to make sure that there was no stations, so that everything was kind of equal, and both floors there were just things being passed around, which is why we didn't have an oyster bar. We had those shuckers, which I thought was really cool with the belt. And
Yeah.
I love that. It was something I'd never really seen before.
Me too.
And it was really special. And just so I just focused on our cocktail. Olivia and I just focused on two things: eat as much as we can, and it was all delicious. I think my favorite thing. Well, I love crab cakes, so I think crab cakes were my favorite thing. But it was
They were amazing.
It was all great. And we made an effort to talk to as many people as we could. We stayed together the entire time. We never left each other's side. We tried to talk to as many guests as we can, so that during our actual wedding, we could enjoy it just us two with our friends as much as we could. Obviously, it's a wedding. People come up to you, and they're our guests. We want to talk to them all, but there's a delicate. We didn't want to spend half our wedding going from table to table, and maybe like people disagree with that. It's like a lot of people told me like you have to do it. Olivia and I made a decision. We're not going table to table. We're not spending half our wedding doing that. We're going to talk to everyone at our wedding on our terms, on our schedule, and we did most of it, I would say, at the cocktail.
Yeah, we were working at our cocktail. I was like, and then I would see a food, I would like grab it.
No,
Keep
that's
going.
it's good you did that. So then when it's time to get in and like eat and dance, you're free to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like roam, dance, speak to people if you want. Like you do your own thing. And cocktail hour that's what that's for. It's to talk and eat.
And I love that I was at my cocktail hour.
Love that you were
Highlight.
too.
Did you guys say 5?
I said a lot.
Okay, I was gonna add that one. I was like, that I was at my own cocktail.
No, literally, it was such a good call.
Such a good vibe.
And the food, I agree. The best thing is cocktail food.
Yeah, 100%.
I saw these sloppy Joe sandwiches going around, but then I had PTSD from the arancini, so I couldn't have
No,
it.
Michelle,
But it
you
looked
missed out.
amazing. I know.
It was on
looked
a
so
brioche
good.
bun. It was like Wagyu beef sloppy joes.
No, it literally looked insane. And I was like, I can't even reach for it. So I missed out on that. But literally, what a good cocktail hour.
Yeah. Then
Main meal. Well, we'll go.
no. Okay, we get called in. John and I, like, leading up to this wedding, we're like, okay, we're going to have to, like, do our first dance. We both, like, we've never danced together seriously when there's, like, an audience or, like, doing some, like, crazy, silly shit on the dance floor. Now we're like, okay, we actually have to do a dance. So, like, 5 days before the wedding, we're, like, YouTubing, like, how do you do a dance? But, like, we don't want to do a choreographed dance. We just want to, like, sway, do a turn, a dip, practiced. And we practiced, like, once a day, we would go through it. We start already. I'm like off the beaten path. He's
Yeah.
like, and like we're talking to each other. He's like, "What are you doing? Like this is not it." Like,
I love how you guys made a dance routine.
Well, yeah, because we'd always kind of said at the beginning that we would go to a dance class and do a choreographed thing. Never a crazy dance, but just so that we didn't look like idiots. We wanted to look good on our first dance. But then stress and everything, and time passes and you don't do it. So yeah, we just did the YouTube vids, and we had. But the problem was our first dance, we did a specific song, but we changed it from it. The song is originally in French, and we changed it to the English lyrics. So, and we gave the band like, hey, you guys got to do this. They were like, no problem. But we'd never heard it, that version before. So we asked them like, do we just do it in the French version when we're practicing? And they said, yeah. And so it was like a little timed a little bit differently, but that didn't excuse you for like the first steps we did going the complete wrong way.
no, for sure. But they started doing it, and guys, I swear to God, I was like, "This is not our song." Like in my head, I was like, "What the fuck are they playing?" It was like crazy. I never heard it before.
Did you end up getting back on course?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, did we not look like professionals out there?
Well, yeah, but like I just wondered if you schoolyard bullshitted it in the end and it just turned out good.
No, we were step, 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 turn, dip, step, step. Like that's literally us.
Were you
1,
saying
2.
it out
Yeah.
loud?
We're
Okay.
like
No,
one.
not at the wedding we were insane.
Yeah, we're like 1, 2. Okay, the other way. 1, 2.
Because
Oh, because I fucked up. I was like, yo, like speak to me.
we practiced this like over that week probably like 20 times without fucking it up once.
But honestly, there's like not much to do when everyone's staring at you slow dance. So it's good that you're like, step, go to the right.
I would say
like,
our
might as
dips
well.
were really good.
You
Our
guys
dips
did.
were great.
You got some good photos in there for
Yeah.
sure. It was honestly, and then we all like partied.
Yeah.
We got right into the.
And it's a long
wedding.
song too, so like midway through, we're just like, "Come on, guys!"
Yeah, you're like,
dance
"I'm
with
done
us." And then,
here.
wait, did everyone just get in a circle around us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It
no,
was
we were
nice. It was
yeah,
nice. It was
jumping
really nice.
around. No, it was amazing.
Did you guys dance?
Yeah, I
At,
came
like-
right in.
But like, were you two dancing? Or were
when
you
we're
in a circle with us?
no. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I was like with you
No, the
guys.
slow dance. We danced.
Oh yeah, yeah. When there was the slow dance, we danced.
Okay, so then after that, can I move on from that
Yeah.
time? So then it's the hora, which is a huge tradition at Jewish weddings, which is an epic time and really starts it off. So Steve, have you ever seen a hora before?
Vicky's.
Oh yeah, Vicky's.
Vicky's, but it wasn't the same.
It wasn't
You
as
guys
big.
went hard.
Yeah, my friends go hard.
Like I literally said, if I get in there, I'm gonna feel it tomorrow.
Oh no, you
Like-
first of all, guaranteed you have to bring a second shirt for a hora because you sweat through your entire thing. There's a couple of big parts of a hora, okay? The first is it's usually a big circle around, and the groomsmen party makes a circle and the bridesmaids party make their own circle, and then the groom does like spinning and jumping up and down with his groomsmen. It's like kind of aggressive. It's almost like a mosh pit of your friends like spinning and circling you. The girls are a little bit obviously more tame, but your girls' circle was sick.
You guys went hard.
You guys went hard. I kept looking over.
We're hardcore bitches. Like, we don't mess around.
But your group went hard too.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I feel like the
I
guys
was
go
looking
hard
at
with
John.
that.
I'm like, I don't know if John's gonna make it
No,
up.
like a couple of times I had to stop and be like, hey, I need a second. And it's always known that like all the groomsmen, it's always their job at one point to go get a glass of water for the groom. They shove it down your throat, they throw you back into the circle. That was a great time. There's also a lot of other traditions of they'll be like they put you on a tarp and they throw you up and down. They put you on tables. I've been to so many of my friends' weddings, and in a lot of them, there's been an accident where like the tarp breaks and the groom goes through and breaks his elbow, or he's gushing blood, or they hit a ceiling fan, or like something. Bride falls off the table. Like, so we just said like none of that. We're doing the horror, like we're going all out, but we're not doing those extra crazy things.
Yeah.
And then obviously we had to do where like we get up on the chair. Tell me what you think of that on the chair.
Well, first of all, for that, like, I think what was cool is that like you guys had no like shortness of volunteers to help lift. Like I think it was at Vicky's, at someone's, like there was also less people at the wedding.
Yeah.
But like, you know, when you're just like I need to get in there because like
No
no
one
one
else.
seems to be stepping up to the plate. You had no short, like I didn't have to get in there. I was like, there's no space for me to go.
Yeah, you lucked out.
Yeah, honestly.
He timed it. He's like, is anybody? Oh, I don't have to go anymore.
He like looked away a little bit and was like, "Oh wait, everyone's there."
yeah, yeah.
But I was not prepared. Like I still had my jacket on. Everyone
Yeah.
knew. Like jackets were off.
All the Jews were ready to go.
I'm like, I'm gonna rip my suit. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I was like, are you gonna help? He's like, nobody has their jacket on. Like, like clockwork.
Yeah, I honestly saw my life flash before my eyes a little bit because when you're going up and down, sometimes like I feel like the back people lifted me higher, so I felt like I was gonna lean forward because the bottom, well, like the top of the chair people, like, so I was like, oh my god, and they kept telling John and I to hold hands. I was like, bro, if I lift off this hand, I'm gonna flip over.
Yeah, yeah. You need to secure your hands on your seat.
They almost dropped me like multiple times where I was like, yeah, I'm not reaching for a hand. I can barely hold on for dear life here. And then my cousin Ricky kept throwing me like a white handkerchief, and I know now, thinking back, I know what it's for. It's usually, instead of holding hands, you hold, the groom holds one side of the handkerchief, the bride holds another. I don't know, it's a tradition, but I didn't really know it. But like he kept throwing it at me and like giving it to me, and I kept being like, I can't, like, I know I'm throwing it in his face back, and he kept throwing it back at me.
But that's like, it's the same thing whether you're holding the handkerchief or you're holding your hand. Like, you still need that.
I think it's so that you could be
possibility.
further away from each other because the people are lifting you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, better the way you guys did it.
your dad was having a good time up there.
Yeah,
My dad and my mom were like on one. After John's stepmom yelled on the chair, she's looking, her eyes are closed like she's on the biggest roller coaster of her life. She's like, get me off, get me off. I was like, oh my god, this poor woman, like this, like,
She got like thrown on.
yeah, I'm like, oh my god, like what a gem of a woman, and she like wants to get off and like she cannot. Like,
John, your dad like looked like it was easy. He was just like,
it's his
yeah,
like fourth time.
no problem.
ain't his first rodeo.
Yeah.
No, it was good. Honestly, like after that, like it was a sweat fest. John's like, let's go down. I'm like, oh, I need my fan. He's like, I'm gonna change my shirt and we'll go back and like dinner speeches.
I brought 4 extra shirts to change out of because I know I'm going hard at my wedding. I know I'm sweating through. Obviously, in the excitement of the first look and everything.
How many did you end up using?
Well, I forgot all of them at the hotel.
Oh my god.
I just like I
With
knew
the fan.
with the fan. I knew that when after our first look, I went up to the hotel room to get my bag because I needed there was a lot of stuff in like my bag that we needed for the wedding, my tallis, things like that. thought I forgot those because they were in the closet. I didn't see it.
So you're just stuck in your sweaty shirt all night.
So we sat there for a little bit. I dried off, and yeah.
But the thing is, like, throughout the wedding, you keep sweating, drying off in the same shirt. It's like wild.
But honestly, like, nobody else does. Nobody else brings a change of clothes. So, like, everyone deals with it.
And, like, I was in my dress, too. Like, it's disgusting by the end of it.
Yeah. No, it's the same. Yeah, my dress was, like, black at the end. Like, it was just gross.
Yeah, honestly, I just had, like, good vibes all around. Like, I loved our band with the photo booth, the mirror.
Yeah, the band was great.
Band was sick. Like, I felt like I was at a concert.
No, they were like, how many people were there?
12.
No, it was such a, like, I don't want to say decor, but it took up such a space.
It's such a statement.
Yeah.
It, like, adds such a good energy.
Yeah, no.
Like, you can't be, like, not on the dance floor. The band is playing. Like, are you a loser? Get on the dance floor.
No, literally.
Like
some people were on the dance floor just to watch the band.
Yeah.
It's just like, look, like your dad was like examining he was like clapping, like just like, wow.
Well, they were incredible, but I think you could really judge a wedding by the dance floor of a wedding. And I don't think there was a single moment at our wedding where it wasn't packed, where it wasn't full.
Yeah, and you situated it well, which I'm sure a lot of people do this, but like you had your band, the dance floor, the bar. So like where the action is, like you really like it cultivated the vibe there.
But actually, a lot of people don't do that because we had a chuppah like in the other corner. A lot of times it's on one end, which takes away from it being like a chaotic space because you can only have the band or the bar on the opposite side of you. Right. Where we had that whole situation covered. Like we didn't need to be in the center. Like we're not even be at our seat.
Right. Did you want to say something?
No.
Yeah, so I just felt like that was like good on us. Like I feel like it was like a thing.
Yeah.
And then we also had the mirror photo booth,
which I loved. Can't wait to see those pics.
I need those pictures. Like some of them are so chaotic with the groups that we're getting in. Like there's one with my dad's friend and my other friend. Like what is the relation?
And you're like, how did you meet? Like, what was that combo like?
I feel like these pictures are going to say like 1,000 stories.
Yeah. I had a question though, just because we're like partying all night long. What was your take on drinking at your wedding? Are you drinking? Like, when do you start? Are you getting like wasted?
No. This is like the most sober I've been at a wedding. I feel like just because like first I'm on adrenaline and like I'm getting photographed to like 11 o'clock at night. It's like I get like drunk eyes. Like I'm not gonna be wasted like if I'm at some other event. Like I know every time I'm doing something there's like a camera that pops up. So like no, but I'm like just like living for it. Like it's my own wedding, so I could be sober and still be on that high. If I'm at someone else's wedding, I'm just bored.
Were you guys like shy at any point? You know how you feel like you have to perform at times?
I'm never shy.
Never shy?
I'm never shy. Do you hear the speeches? What did they say about me in the speeches? I'm never shy.
But there's a difference between like some people are shy and do it anyways, type of thing.
I'm not
never.
Yeah.
No, I was not. Like I knew like it's my wedding, like I got to do it. Like I felt like this was like something I had to do.
In terms of the drinking and in terms of the shyness, I like we were giving a speech, right? I gave a pretty long speech. You gave a beautiful speech too. We did it together. There was two parts of it. One, we both spoke about it. Like we want to be present at our wedding. We wanted to enjoy it to the fullest, but we also wanted to remember everything. So none of us, we didn't want to get blackout. We didn't want to be too drunk too quickly. So I think we did a really good job of pacing ourselves throughout the day and night. I mean, I drank the whole way through, but I was never wasted until after the speeches. Like, and I really just wanted to make sure that I was present to deliver that speech to the best of my ability, because I spoke about everyone that was important to me in that room.
Yeah, you don't want to be like slurring your words.
Yeah.
100%.
Michelle choked up on my speech, gonna say that.
Yeah, I was shook that you actually, like, I thought you were gonna say like a one-liner, like, I don't know, and the fact that you spoke, I was like, that's so, like, it was nice. He said a beautiful speech too. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, you're like surprised to hear it.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
What was that thing where like at one point, like near the bar, someone said like, "Oh, it was nice that you showed emotion" or something. Like in your
yeah,
speech.
someone's like, "It was nice that you like choked up and showed emotion." I was like, everyone thinks I'm like this emotional
stone cold bitch
yeah,
or something. Like what?
Yeah. I was like, thanks.
Yeah, they're like so proud of you for tearing up.
No, but I get it because you're no sense of like an ice queen or anything like that. You're not at all. But you're not the most lovey-dovey, showy, emotional person out there at like at all.
Yeah.
So I remember like being worried at our proposal that I was gonna break down crying and you were gonna sit there looking at me like I was some moron. I was very happy that it was the complete opposite way that happened. But so I can understand how people might think that of you.
Yeah.
But your speech was very from the heart and beautiful.
Thank you.
And then we literally just like danced until it was done. Were you like, I'm so happy with this way this turned out? Were you like, I'm not ready for it to end? Like, you know what I mean? When it's like everyone, like it's done and you're like, no, stay. Or were you like, I'm so ready to like hit the bed?
Literally, I want to crawl into bed. I was like, I'm
You're done?
exhausted. No, I was exhausted at like 1:45. I was like, I can go. Like I told him, I'm like, I can leave. But our venue closed at 2. So he was like, you have like 15 minutes. Like, what are you going to wait? And then at 2, like everyone was leaving.
We can't jump past your parents' speech.
Oh.
There's no chance we're missing that, okay?
Okay, bring us
So
back.
like your mom says a beautiful speech, right? And just for context, the mom is Jewish, dad is Italian. He at the end says Mazel Tov.
Everyone died.
Everyone
it was
was
the
dying of
best.
laughter. Like that's all he said.
Do you think people thought it was funny because he's like non-Jew and like the one thing he says is Mazel Tov?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was because, well, that's actually a good point, but I thought it's because he stood there the whole time with my mom. You think he's going to like take the mic and like start his speech and it's just Mazel Tov.
I think it was all of the above.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
No, it was great. And literally that's not what I thought you would do, but I thought it was similar in that sense. Like a quick little something.
Yeah.
I think all of our parents' speeches were fantastic. I mean, obviously, your mom was so sweet to me in what she said, and it meant the world to me. I mean, I love your parents, and I know they love me, but to have them say that in front of a room of people, it meant the world to me. And my parents love you, and my father's and my mother's speeches were really well done too.
Yeah. And if there's one thing we learned about John on the pod, is that his love language is words of affirmation. And he got that on his wedding day.
No, I swear to God, his dad, just like today, he got a gift from his dad, and his sister goes, oh my God, I can't believe he did that for you. Like, you got the reformed, what you call him, the renewed dad?
Yeah, they're renewed.
Yeah, they're both so, like, they've never received, like, a nice gift from their parents or something sentimental. I'm, like, listening to this, I'm like, you guys, like, stop.
Like your dad gives you a gift, you're like, what?
Yeah, no, but badly scoped. My parents are first love me to death and are generous and kind and nice. But my father comes from Holocaust surviving parents, and they weren't capable of showing love. He doesn't know how to show it in a traditional sense. Say, I love you, I'm proud of you. But he's come so long in such a short. Like I have seen such. That's why she said it like that. He gave us a gift where it was like the date of our wedding, our first dance song with lyrics all around it. My dad is not like a sensitive or symbolic person in that way, so it was really like shocking.
It was actually a really
nice.
sweet gift. I liked it.
Yeah, like, it's very, like, sentimental. Like, he actually had to, like, work to get that. It wasn't like, oh, I just saw this in the store and bought it for you.
Right. No, he had to put thought into it and
Yeah.
then make it happen.
Yeah.
Very nice.
What were you guys at the end of the night? Were you like, oh my God, it's already? Because at the beginning when they told us, oh, the venue closes at 2, I was like, oh man, like, you know,
That's
you
what
stay
I
out till
thought too.
3. Like,
Yeah, when you said 2, I was like, oh, that's gonna be like lame and it closes early. And 2 is not early, but I'm just thinking like it's your wedding, like we're gonna go to bed at like 5 a.m., you know? But the day starts so early that by 2 o'clock you're like, it feels like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And the entire time we're on our feet. Like there's not 1 second where you're like, I'm gonna take a pause now and sit.
Yeah.
Unless like I'm eating my main meal. You know what I mean? So 2 rolled around and I was like, the day could have not been more full. You know what I mean? Like I was 100% like good to go.
Yeah.
What about you, Steve?
Well, like I was like nervous that we had brunch the next day, to be honest, because like when I go hard, and like the morning's always gonna be rough.
Yeah.
You know, so like, and it was tough. Like once you're there, it's fine, but like getting there is like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Like,
And you're welcome, because it was originally called for 10:30 and I was like, we're gonna like push that, like at least a 30-minute push.
but it ended up being like, you know, when like you're going to these types of things, you always feel like you have to be there on time. Like especially Michelle, she gets like ants in her pants. Oh my God, we're gonna be late. We're gonna be like, if you show up 10 minutes late, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know.
Except for your parents showing up like 30, 45 minutes late to the first night dinner.
Yeah.
That was funny. I would
They
still.
were having drinks with their friends at the house. She's like, "Oh my god, the time flew by," and I was like, "Girl, like, mom, get it together."
Just to go back to what you said, I don't think by the end of it, I think we were very conscious to always be present in the moment and like really soak it in because it's one night that we spent a year planning. We knew it would fly by, but in no sense of the word or like of anything was I like, oh my god, I can't believe the night's over. I can't believe like it was like we soaked it in. We did it 100%. I was happy with the way everything was, and like I was good with it. Like I was done. I didn't need more. We were exhausted. It was a long day. Our friends all of you guys went so hard. Our friends were ready to keep going all night.
Yeah.
And I knew we rented a really beautiful hotel room that had a second floor. And we did that purposely so that if we wanted the after party, if we still had it in us, we could.
Right.
Because we knew the venue closed at 2. But like we were both happy to go home, just us
Yeah.
at 2, and it was enough.
Yeah. No, honestly, it's like when you think about it, like a year of planning, you're doing everything for like this one night.
Yeah.
And it was the best night, you know?
Did I tell you guys because it was Joe's birthday?
I did. We all said it at the table.
Did we brought him candles to blow out?
Oh, I didn't see.
Yeah, so we brought 2 candles. We're like, it's your birthday. You have to like blow out a candle. So we lit like 2 candles and just like carried the candle to him on the dance floor, and he got to like blow them out.
Was he happy?
Yeah, I think he was. It was cute. Like a little nice gesture.
What a nice moment he got.
Yeah.
What a good way to spend your birthday.
Honestly, his friend got married on his birthday, and it was such a vibe. Like,
Where else are you going to be on your birthday? With all your friends?
Yeah.
At a party? Yeah.
And like, it's
That you didn't have to plan?
you threw like you get your to eat,
Yeah,
dance. Like
someone
it's the
threw you a
best.
party for your birthday.
Yeah.
No, do you want to say last words about the wedding?
Sure. I just think it's really nice. A year ago, I proposed to Olivia, and she was wearing this exact outfit, this exact dress, and now a year later, at the end of our wedding weekend, we're finishing it off with it. I think it's perfect. You look beautiful.
Was that thought out, Olivia, or this is just coincidence?
No, that it was just well, I want to wear like white. I was like, hey, it's my last weekend to wear like all white, and I had this, and I knew I wore it, and I was
Right.
like, oh, I'll wear it again.
Yeah.
We were thinking that you had to do this pod in your wedding dress.
My wedding dress is so disgusting. I could not imagine putting that thing back on.
You got to do it for the pod though.
Oh God.
And John would have to wear the sweaty shirt that he wore all night.
No, I have a second.
But we woke up this morning, literally, we're like literally troopers that their wedding was last night. And we said we have to recap on the pod the next day. So we went to brunch, which his parents hosted, and stunning brunch, ate the world. Like the setup, incredible. The food, incredible. We just ate our hearts out, talked about the night. And it was honestly like so fun to see your friends and gather after the night.
No, so much gossip went down that like we've caught up on at brunch.
Yeah, that you would not really, no one's texting some stuff.
No.
So you actually got it live.
And like you meet up the next day, and it's like you miss all these like tidbits. You're like, wait, that happened? Like what happened here? So it's a good little catch up as you stuff your face and drink more.
I saw the bar and I was literally like, I can't even look in that direction. Like it grossed me out. I was like, I can't look at this.
Oh, I hit the mimosa right away. I need to get right back on it.
We woke up and had mimosas.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw and I was like, I can't.
But what I also love about our wedding is that we had some bombs at our wedding. Like we had some gossip, we had some juicy stuff happen with friends and this and that, and I'm proud of it. Like I'm happy with it.
Me too. Like if I don't have drama, like it's not for me.
Anything shareable, or we're gonna keep that on the DL?
So 2 of our single friends hooked up,
Okay.
which is cool.
Yeah.
Some fights broke out.
Fist fights.
No, some verbal
Just,
fights.
okay, yeah.
Oh my god,
Girl fights.
some girl fights. If a fist fight happened, like that's not as chill.
No, that's not.
I like
chill
more
at
like
all.
gossipy drama, not like don't get like I don't need a brawl in
Although
here.
there was like a security guy that was like 6'6" or something. He was huge. I don't think anyone's messing around there.
Oh my god, I didn't see them.
Yeah,
There was a
that
couple of huge security
huge
guards,
guys.
which I thought was wild.
Yeah.
Never like we knew that a fight had broken out, and a couple of people came up to me and were like, "Oh my god, did you hear it happen?" I'm like, "I don't want to know. It's my wedding. I'm not like I don't want any drama. Like I hope they're okay. Like I hope everyone's okay. But I'm gonna focus on me." But it was like nice getting like filled in on the tea today, and obviously I don't want anyone to fight, but yeah, the hookups were really good.
No, it was so nice. I know Steve was like dying this morning. He's like, I can't believe we have to like get ourselves together. And I'm like, when you wake up and you're like a bit hungover, like the best thing is to eat, to grub, to be with everybody. And also like sometimes you get yourself in a hole if you like,
Stay.
yeah, like you're in the down. So it like lifts you up right away. You're eating good food. Like what a great thing to do the next day after a wedding.
And it's honestly, it eases you out of the high because you went from like a wedding, you're up here, and like instead of like this drop, you're slowly making your way till Monday, you know?
Yeah.
For me, it's like when we found our place, like after like most of the eating was done, we sat like on the couch area and we just chilled. It was super nice. It was like, but like it's more like the socializing with people you don't know so much, where you're like a bit hungover.
It's too much.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
It's like I can't. I want to be with my friends. Easy combos.
Yeah,
I don't.
combos,
It's not like it's not wedding night where I'm lit and like.
Yeah.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing here? Like, no thanks.
Yeah, like our social battery was dwindling.
Yeah, and zero.
Yeah, at zero.
And especially Olivia and I. Like, we've been on one talking to people for. Like it was. I'm. Well, there's always a little left in the tank. I could always turn it on.
You had like one more
didn't
occasion.
Need to.
John's dying to talk to someone. He's like, what conversation can I sit in for like an hour?
So, let me ask one question. How do you feel now with all your rings? So many rings.
I have so much bling, but I feel like normal because I've been wearing a ring for a while now. It's nothing crazy. But I was gonna say, for you officially have something to show for it.
Show the bling.
I love it. I've never worn any jewelry before in my life besides a watch. Our rings are actually identical. My ring's actually my grandfather's old ring that had to be cut off of him in a car accident. And we took the ring, I melted it down, and I made it into a ring for myself. And we made Olivia a matching ring in the exact same weight. So our rings weigh exactly the same to show the equality in our relationship. And isn't that cute?
No, it's such a nice thing. And
We're
Steve,
so 2023.
yeah, no, the symbolism of it is cute. And Steve made sure that they were equal. He took out the scale. We're literally sitting there. He's like, give me the rings. I'm going to measure them. Takes out his scale.
No, honestly,
we're
I
all
was
sitting there with bated breath, staring at the grams. We're like, it better be equal.
Well, at least you guys can like vouch for us when we say this shit, and everyone's gonna be like, is it? And you're gonna be like, no, it is.
Literally, like I thought about it after I did it. I was like, oh my god, if it wasn't the same, maybe they would have got upset. And I was like,
Ruin the weekend.
I was just like not thinking of that. I was just like, this will be fun.
If they wouldn't
No, I
have been,
didn't
I
want that.
honestly wouldn't have cared.
But
at
some
all.
people do about certain, you know, like you
I
never
just
know.
once we were building the rings and we wanted gold simple rings. It was like, oh, I just came up with the idea. I thought it would be cute. But like if it wasn't, it's not the end of the world.
And it came down to the wire, eh? Because when I put the second one on, it started at 9 and then came down. We were good.
No, I'm glad it was. All right, guys. So that's our weekend of Ojiashaga. Did I say it right this time? You say it.
Ojiaga. Wait, Oceaga is a festival here in Montreal, a 3-day festival for partying, just so it makes sense. So we're Olivia, John, Ojiaga.
That was for our international fans that didn't know.
Everyone across seas.
Well, thanks for listening. It was a beautiful weekend, and it's a great way to end the Sunday off.
Yeah, so feel free to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode. Bye.